It's Sunday Funday. And John Bird has a cracked rib. That's right. John Bird, you really did crack your rib.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on with him. Tony Gomp?
Is it confirmed? Did you go and get a X-ray and stuff?
No, I've had 4 cracked ribs before.
That's a Dr. Dingaling diagnosis.
Yeah, and it's it's pretty bad.
Oh,
So it's kind of like I'm probably wearing a neck brace, but I'm not. But so when I turn to talk to Tony, I will be doing like this, sort of like a cheap animatronic character from Disney from the 1970s. It'll be kind of like that thing.
God, weren't they so creepy, like Chuck E. Cheese and stuff? I mean, I remember on my 5th birthday, I was going to a summer daycare kind of thing at a local church, and they would take these field trips, and they had one to Chuck E. Cheese, which just so happened to be on my birthday. And they put me up in front of that thing, and it just freaked me the F out. Like, I was so freaked out. And I think I've been traumatized by him ever since.
It's those eyes, man. Did Chucky's eyes?
Yeah.
My gosh.
It's like horror movie
And then that
stuff.
big blink thing they do. I don't think so.
The way they stare at you. It's freaking creepy.
Just watch out for the people with the table for one at Chuck E. Cheese. Those are the
Yeah, the one male
stay away
that's
from
over there.
the singles. Yeah,
I'm going to be honest. I was going through my hometown jail this morning, and if you're not doing that.
What?
Going through the inmate roster.
Oh.
And then, listen, if you're not doing that, you're really missing out on life because you're looking for people that maybe you know that are in jail. And there was one guy in particular who I didn't know him, but he had a slew of sexual assault arrests. Actually, as a matter of fact, go to type in Blount County, Alabama inmate roster. And let's just take a look. This is where I grew up. This is actually not that far from where we are now, but this is where I grew up. And actually, this sheriff's department does a lot of stuff with Chris Hansen. And okay, so this is the current. Oh, there he is, right there, bottom left. Kevin Burgat.
Can we show this, I guess?
It's public information.
Yeah, it's all public.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
He's got rape first degree. There's about 15 of those.
Careful with the words.
Oh, yeah. God.
Rape rape.
Maybe we can't do that. Then automy first degree, about 15 of those.
Dang.
Jesus.
Attempted automy exe abusier.
Bad things on the first. Yeah.
Actual A orcharte. Actual A abuse using inanimate object.
Oh my God.
Dude's got 3 of those.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that list, dude.
You know, and I got to say this. It didn't say anything about like sex toy or anything. So we could be talking about like
a refrigerator.
Anything.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He could have been out there doing my pool pump for all I know. Which would not be good. Would not be good. Anyway, I don't even know why I'm bringing that up. It was what I was doing this morning. Do you want to talk to us? And by the way, hello to everybody that is joining us today. This is a rare Sunday episode because we won't be doing. Oh, the weather's awful.
It's perfect. It's perfect for coming to the podcast, man.
Yeah. So we won't be here on a normal scheduled Tuesday, but we will be here Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time, so 7 p.m. Central time.
That's the big night.
It'll be kind of like our Friday night gimmick.
Is this when Bird eats the fish?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What do they call it again? What is it called?
Bird.
Pastrami.
Pastrami. That's right. Yeah.
Do we want to name this so maybe we can put together a little promo, like a poster where it says, Bird eats fish or something, National Geographic, whatever, the food chain.
Maybe bird versus pastrami. We can have a picture of me like this, and then have a
And
picture
then have
of
a piece.
fish.
Yeah, there's like one
That
fish like
stringy
dripping.
fish.
It's just like hanging there. Oh, that would be good, actually.
Yeah,
Let's do that.
I'm a little wary.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you. I mean,
I think you should be. I think you should be nervous. Let me back Bird up a little bit. He's just a little.
Well, he kind of went forward and
look?
up and to the right. I don't know. No.
I just don't.
Yeah.
I know, like when we put together.
just laying this way.
you just were a little large. I just wanted to back you out because when I put the cover photos together, if Bird feels like
It's
he's
so
a little too
weird.
big, he's like, "Hey, you need to bring me down a little bit."
But the weird thing is, if our angles are a little bit off, it doesn't matter what you do as far as the size. So basically, it is always proportionally bigger.
Yeah. So tell us how, again, if you're just joining us, John Bird has a cracked rib. Tell us how that all happened.
Well, I played last night, and thank you and Trish so much for coming out.
Of course.
You did a little Facebook Live. That was fun.
I would have. I was too busy, just so you know.
No, dude.
He's fighting the
know.
government.
Yeah,
Trying to take
I
away his
know.
business.
Believe me, I know that. So I went, and it was a little bit of a rocky start. I didn't go as Johnny O'Carroll. I just didn't have it in me, and that was fine.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, and sorry, I had to take a deep breath.
You can take your time. Take your time.
So I played, and I took Tony. I took the 12-string. There's really not a lot of room up there, but I was like, dang, I want to play that thing. So I took it up there, and I did a whole set of 12-string songs. The second set.
Nice.
And so it was kind of slow at first, and people were just talking. I'm like, well, I'm just, going to play, and everybody. Then everybody kind of left for dinner, and then we had a crowd come in. Then, of course, Andrew came in and, brought the world with him. And we had a lot of younger folks in there, so I got to do a lot of my 90s songs and early 2000s, and that was a lot of fun. We had people singing along, screaming requests. I got $40 in tips, which is huge for O'Sherry, and I'm not like taking a dump or anything when I make that face. That's my taking a deep breath face. Rib.
You're good.
Yeah. So I got everything packed up. Andrew helped me pack it up like a buddy.
Yeah.
And so I was gonna go with my buddy Seth, which we all know. His wife is having a ladies' girls' weekend, so he said, "Hey, man, come on over." And of course, I couldn't do it Friday night because we had the pod, and then I had this gig. He said, "Well, come on over afterwards." I was like, "Okay." So, I drove. It was feeling pretty good. He had made some burgers, and I was like, "Oh yeah, man, we had late night food."
Yeah, because I actually invited you to come over to our house, and you're like, "No, I'm gonna go to Seth."
And in retrospect,
you should have.
I probably should have, because I got there a little earlier than I told Seth, and he didn't have the lights on, and he's sort of in a little bit of a darkened area. So I get out of the car, and I got my bag because I'm gonna stay overnight. And I'm walking, and I'm looking at the house because that's the only form of light is the windows. And I trip over something. I'm like, whoa, that was close. And there's something else in front of it, and I trip, and I fall. Now, my choice would have been probably a broken wrist or a cracked rib. So I went with a cracked rib. I pulled my hand back at the last one. Your tendency is to do this.
Right.
Well, I didn't, and I fell down, and he's got those wooden railroad ties that you can,
the big ones.
Yeah. And fell on that. And I just laid there. And I said, okay, am I dead? And I looked around and I could see. So I thought, okay, I'm not dead, but I can't move. And I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes go by. Because I'm hurting. I can't. I don't even want to yell. And finally, I see Seth look from his chair, and he looks and he points. And then he finally comes out and turns on the light.
And you're laying on the ground?
Yeah. You know what? Much like Planet Fitness, where I laid there for 10 minutes, so I was passed out. So he, it took a little bit to help me up because you can't just grab him by the hand and say, "Here, give me a hand, buddy," and just pull up. So he and other friend Mike were there, and I went up there, and of course I didn't sleep the night before. I never went to sleep. So I was pretty much out of it at this point. So I went and I sat down and I ate something, and I kept falling asleep. He said, "Hey man, just going to bed. It gets worse. Going to bed. So I was like, oh, okay, man. We'll do some breakfast or something in the morning. So he's got this room. He's got 2 beds. And sometimes when they're working on the house or whatever, they'll take everything and put it in that room. So they moved one of the beds on top, the mattress on top of the other bed. Okay. And which puts it way up in the air, probably 4 feet.
Sounds like a fish tank deal.
Yes. And so he said, is that going to be okay? For you to sleep up there? And I said, yeah, man, that'll be fun. So I climb up there, and I mean, I hit it. I go to sleep. I mean, hard, and I'm having nightmares. Oh my gosh!
What kind of nightmares?
They involve dismemberment. They involve me being killed. It's just horrible, horrible. You wake up like that,
right?
So, I had one dream that I woke up from, and I said, I better go pee. And I rolled off the bed because I'd forgotten I was 4 feet in the air. So I fell and I busted my knee pretty good.
Wow. This is all after the broken rib.
Yes. So that 4 foot fall down there, and I laid there for a minute, and then Seth comes in, oh my God, boy, is everything okay? I was like, yeah, I'm okay. So I pee and I go back to bed, and I guess Seth thought I needed to rest. I woke up at like 12:30 and in a lot of pain. But you know what? It could have been worse.
Well, I've broken a rib before. I remember it hurt to breathe.
Sucked,
Did it hurt to pee too?
Yes, yep. And it takes so long for it to heal because you can't put a cast on it.
Right.
I mean.
But you still got to go to the doctor to get the x-ray to see if it's actually cracked or
what?
contused.
The doctor can kiss my ass. That's what I say.
So how do we really know it's broken?
Well, come poke it.
I don't think that's a good idea.
No. My experience from broken ribs, I don't know why, I'm just clumsy, but I've had 4 broken ribs before this.
Andy's a doctor. He was a doctor before Dr. Dingaling was even in existence.
That's
true. He's a kidney doctor, actually.
Yeah,
he was.
So you know that it's not your kidney, it's your rib.
It's not my kidney. No.
Yeah.
No, it's not. My kidneys are one of the few things that are still.
Now, you say broken rib.
Yeah.
Or do you
there's
think
a difference
cracked
between
rib?
There's a difference between broken. If it was broken, you would immediately. I mean, you
had to go to the hospital.
Yeah, because it will have moved. Now, a cracked rib means there's a splinter in the bone. Now, bruised rib. I've had bruised ribs, and those are the worst because they never go away. I don't know what it is. There's just. It's just a different kind of pain.
Dude, there's something about broken bones or anything going on with the bones inside of your body that just completely freaked me out. I mean, completely freaked me out.
Worst I've ever had is falling out of an attic and breaking my tailbone. That was a nightmare.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Did you have any spine problems as a result?
Still to this day, if I sit on a hard surface like wood or a bench or something like that, I can only last like 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, man, that kind of compression.
Oh, yeah, it's still, I get reminded frequently like, oh, yeah, that happened.
I fell through the ceiling when I was 3.
That's where it all started.
And my dad was up. Exactly. That's maybe sooner. Actually, you know what? I just remembered when I was born, they said I slid off the table before the doctors could get to me. So that probably is where it started.
Is that 100% real?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
But that would be a good story, though.
I would have stuck with it if I were you.
I was going to say, I think Thorogood took that page out of the song. Yeah.
Mike Kress, $5 for just being y'all.
Oh, God, Mike. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
We got, my intentions are to mail out Mike Kress and Jimmy Jam's items from our over-the-line auction on Friday. I'm going to mail those out tomorrow. I don't know that I got Mike Kress. I got Jimmy Jam's address.
I got Chris' address.
You got, okay.
Boomer gave it to me.
All right, so I'll get that. I'll get that going. It's all still sitting here on the table. Merchandise, signage, everything's signed. We'll put a little note in there with you.
Yep.
Because that was fun.
And it's Andrew's idea for the notes. It's like a bonus.
Yeah, I think John Birds was the first one that brought it up.
I can't believe you, Tony. I was so heartfelt. You must have really been drunk.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I must have cracked a rib. I forgot what was going on.
Stop.
So laughing is bad for a cracked rib, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, when he first said, "Hey, I cracked a rib," Andrew and I looked at each other like, "What happened?"
Yeah. We should start playing Guess What's Happened to John Bird today.
Yeah.
But when you start each show and have people, take a guess at like what bad thing has happened to John Bird.
Yeah, what I need is the operation game. And we can see what I'm going to hurt next week.
That's a good idea.
There's a tibia bone.
That's good.
Yeah. And as far as the internet's concerned, we've had a couple of people saying that it's been lagging, but then it goes away, and there is weather in the area. I don't know if that's a deal, but we did lose power about an hour ago.
Yeah, we're currently looking into that because, again, we got the best freaking internet available. We got the best modems and the best wiring,
we do.
And
best
hardwired and everything else. I guess the lagging, we got booted off of Facebook already, which is not that big a deal, but we're live on YouTube and Twitter and Rumble. Rumble's working, surprisingly.
Thank God.
But
I'm thinking Facebook might have booted us when you said the S assault.
Oh
thing.
yeah, that could have been it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were about 4 or 5 minutes in when they booted us.
That's pretty good. We made it for 5 minutes.
You're the king of the boot.
It's hard to remember, okay? It's hard to remember.
Well, just post a list in the studio of things we can't say that we normally would say in normal conversation.
We said that. We really do need to do that.
Yep.
I don't know, man.
And we could go over the list, but we can't.
Actually, let's go over the list, but we'll do Pig Latin.
Pig Latin, okay. And maybe we can get cue cards with the word on it, and we'll just hold it up when we need to say it.
Well, yeah.
That would fly, wouldn't it?
Not with me. My mind doesn't move that far.
As long as
ahead.
we're under warning, I wouldn't try it,
Because you'd hold the cue card and Bird would immediately read it out loud.
Okay, you can't say Erdermay.
Correct.
We will say unalive. That's the hip way to say it,
Yeah,
right? You can't say that one.
We've been really trying that.
Okay. You can't say ape ray.
Ape ray.
So do we want to use ape ray or SA? SA, for actual say assault.
I don't know.
What do y'all want to?
I say lump all actual say assaults in with ape ray.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anyway, okay. And what about fellatio? Do we want to just call that fellatio?
Yeah, fellatio. Let's stick with that.
Okay, that's going to be tough.
Because I think I said BJ like 2 or 3 times on the last show.
Yeah. Now, if you're talking about a BJ, that is a voluntary act, correct?
Correct.
So are we okay to say that?
I think it's just the sexual nature of it is why it's...
Well, it's very natural. It's a natural thing. It's great. Don't get me wrong.
Well, you had one the other day with Boomer when you had the BJ.
Yeah, but that was a little different.
Was that your first BJ at the McWilliams Center that you ever gotten?
A different one a few years ago, but I don't want to talk about that.
Did you have to pay for this one as well when you went with Boomer?
Boomer paid for
Boomer
his
paid
BJ.
for it.
Boomer paid for his BJ.
Never mind. I can say.
Oh man, good stuff. Anyway, we just got to be careful. We got to watch our P's and our Q's and our ape rays and.
So do we have to say hit shay? We can say shit, right?
Yeah, you can say shit. You can even say the F word if you want to.
And 2 big ones are the edophile.
Oh yeah,
that's a big one.
Edo pay.
Yeah, we gotta definitely don't say that.
Right, so
word.
do we want to say Edo pay or Edo?
We could just say Joe Biden.
Well, that's a lot of thinking you got to do, though.
I think Edo pay would work.
Edo pay, yeah,
Pay.
that's easier, yeah.
And then the last big one that I know for sure is the rhymes with muicide.
Muicide.
That's the worst rhyme I've ever.
I don't know.
That's the act of being unalived
right.
by a cow.
I know. You would say unaliving yourself
With a cow.
No,
Muicide. Okay, I'm sorry.
Be unaliving yourself.
Yeah,
We gotta be
unaliving
careful
yourself.
here. Yeah, so
We know, but I mean, I hope that they are monitoring and they're saying, look at this. They're being very responsible. They're going over the positive things that they can say to horrible things.
Yeah, and that's my thing. I'm really hoping that with the dedication of our audience and the super chats and everything that are coming into the show, that it's going to help the algorithm boost us. Mm-hmm. You know, because our numbers aren't really getting bigger. Our numbers, as far as how many people are watching this stuff, is pretty stagnant at the moment. Mm-hmm. Of course, we're doing a new venture where we're doing all the shows live, but we got to figure out a way to get people in the door, even if they don't like the show. Like, at least give it a shot.
Yeah, I know. I noticed other people trying to get their audience bigger. Whenever they're even reading a news article and it has certain words in there, they skip over them and say something bad to a child or whatever instead of saying what the news article says itself, even if it is NBC or ABC or whatever. So
I don't know.
That makes the rules really tough, when you're trying to make it and get in the algorithm.
Mike Christ, that hurts. He said, "Don't bother sending my man Bird's army figure. It's useless to me."
He didn't say that.
He did so. Why would you say that, Mike?
Did you really say that?
It's useless to me. Not worth much in my opinion. No, he did. Mike said, "Don't send my man Bird's army figure. I don't need it, and I would rather John keep his collection intact."
Look at that.
But no, I've already committed to it, and I've signed it. But if you don't want, if I'm not good enough to send you something, okay, Mike, I understand.
Listen. So not only will you keep that, but now it's a memory of what you once were willing to give up for our loyal fans, who then gave back to you. He paid that money because he wanted you to keep it. Now, he probably could have told you that before you signed it, but still, he still wants you to keep it. And I think that's a very honorable thing.
I mean, I think so, but it's sort of like saying, okay, it's sort of like you've been dating this girl for a few months.
Oh, God.
And you're like, man, I really, really love this girl. And they're like, John, you're the best, you're the greatest. And then you buy a ring. And then you take her out to a nice podcast on Friday night. And then you hold it up and say, "I want you to have this ring." And then they're like, "Oh my gosh, here's $100. I'm like, "Thank you." And then the next time you see them, they're like, "You know what? Yeah, take the ring back and keep the money." How would you feel, Mike, in your heart?
But there's nothing like this scenario.
How would you feel in your heart?
But he's not asking for the money back.
That's not even close.
I know he's not asking for the money back.
But that story does
but
not
see,
even.
That's what the person said to me is like, "You know why I don't want here's your ring back, but you can keep the money."
Oh, I see what you're saying. Still, it doesn't make sense. So listen, I'm the one that's mailing the stuff out.
Okay, well, let me tell you what, Mike, you ain't got no damn choice. It's coming to you, buddy, and I want to take a picture of you with it. I want to take a picture of you kissing it.
Listen, Mike, here's the deal. I'm the one mailing this stuff out, so I got you. I think about this.
So now you're going to stab me in the back.
Listen.
That's sort of like if you have a brother and you've always looked up to your brother and you've always wanted to be there for him and help him. And one day he's robbing a bank and he asks you to help him. So you do, but you don't have any experience. And you get caught and thrown in prison and he turns his back on you. That's what it's like.
So we're in prison now.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my thought process. I'll mail out the rest of the stuff because Mike bought almost everything.
Now, Mike did just say that you can keep the figurine, but he wants the shirt off your back,
Well, no, this is my Vapor Ford shirt.
We've got more of those.
I keep yours, Bird. I'll get him a shirt. We'll get him a shirt. We just need to know what size shirt he wears.
Just take the new one and rub it on your body a little bit, so it'll.
Doesn't anybody want my little soldier?
No. Here's what I want to do with the soldier, because now it's got a story to it. I want to take it so that hey now that's behind your head, I want to take him and put him guarding the 3D printed hey now.
Okay.
Put him up there. See what he looks like. Put him Put him on the right side of the hay now, next to the W.
It's like a child.
Where's he at? I don't see him. Where's he at?
Are you serious?
I know. Put him on the
top.
bottom. I don't want him to fall and crack his rib. Put him a little closer. Right there is perfect. Look at that. And now, here's the thing. Mike Chris, every time he sees your camera shot, he's going to be like, oh, look, there's a soldier I bought for John Bird.
Okay. All right.
You know?
That makes sense.
So,
okay. I forget about the wedding band, the thing that I did. No, that's right. Mike, I'm glad you like it.
I still don't know how you went there, like with the whole thing.
I was lost.
Well, I mean, I'm a creative mind. I'm a diseased mind, I know that. But I'm also a creative mind, and I like to paint word pictures. I like to take people and put them in certain situations. I like to immerse them in my world.
Move this way a little bit.
Well, YouTube just booted me off the phone.
Yeah, we're still going.
We are going?
Yeah, it cut us off for a second. I don't know.
You think that's just the... yeah, we're back. Okay. That's crazy.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. There's something going on, and I don't know. We got to figure out if it is it's not the internet, we know.
Mm.
We hear thunder outside right now.
Yeah, we do.
The weather could play a role in it, but also, I mean, maybe we need to switch streaming software. Like, I know what streaming software that Bubba and those guys use, and I'm starting to wonder if maybe we should try to swap to that.
Well, no, so we have the top of the line streaming software for this particular brand, correct?
Yes.
And it's all updated and everything. And I guess we're having problems then. I mean, I hate that. It's been good to us, but...
Yeah. Well, the biggest thing is having to learn how to use a new one. Like, it's a whole new different thing.
Yeah. But I guess we could practice. We could start us another channel, and we're the only ones that subscribe, and we keep it private, and we could practice on that, couldn't we, Tony?
I mean, technically we could, but that'd be a lot of work just to,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm thinking if we have to change, we would have to know what the new is. I imagine it wouldn't be too terribly different.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
I think it would work great.
You did that very smoothly, by the way. You just kept your sentence going and just moved over to the middle.
Moving this way isn't as bad.
Well, it's harder with the microphone volume because when I turn you up, you got to move it closer.
Bring that mic over. But yeah, anyway, moral of the story, we don't know. We don't know why we're dealing with that, but we are in fact trying to get to the bottom of it because it is incredibly frustrating for everybody watching. I think it's more frustrating for us than it is anybody else because we put a lot of work into this show.
I mean, do you think maybe we should reset the modem and router again since we lost power since I did it, or is that a thing?
Yeah, we could try that before the members only.
Okay.
Just to see. But
because now it's streaming perfectly on my phone again. It's weird.
We're balls deep into this podcast. Ain't no turning back, Cole.
All right.
You all right?
Huh?
What you doing?
Yeah. Well, I guess I could just say it. I don't have to type anymore. Brian was asking if I still had my talking Trump pen, and I do, and I've got it by the door, and I keep forgetting to bring it.
Oh, by your door at your house.
Yeah, when he's like that.
Yeah.
I love him. I love the Trump pen.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm up, but I'm going to start taking John Bert's phone away so people can't take. We got too many people texting you during the show.
No,
you were so easily distracted, and it's not a bad thing. It actually kind of gives you your character, but like,
how about that?
You need to, if you're gonna text, you need to text me or Tony, in particular Tony, because he don't have enough things going on.
That's fine. All right, what's happening in the world? Let's talk about Trump.
Oh, listen.
Trump is
this right here. This was going on in Somerset, Kentucky today.
Yep.
They were doing a replica or a reenactment of Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh,
jumping over a fountain. Now I don't know if this was in the show or not, but I guess it is, and that's why they're doing it. I don't know. I mean, obviously I know Dukes of Hazzard, but I don't remember specific episodes. and this is actually pretty gnarly. Watch.
Man, he nailed that. That's just like the.
Look how many. Look how many people are there too.
Okay, here's the weird thing.
Look at that guy at the end. Do you see the cameraman at the end of that?
Yeah.
It leaned slightly one way, just like the jump in the beginning of the show.
That's awesome.
Man.
Dude, that's serious white people shit right there.
Dang. The only thing that would have been better is if Bo and Luke Duke had done it. They're still alive. John Schneider could have done it.
Are they still alive?
Yeah. John Schneider's got that deal with the devil that where he'll always be young. He's got the Rick Springfield deal with the devil he made, where he just never ages.
Well, good for him.
Now check this out. I just noticed this part.
Yeah, you're right. That camera.
Yeah,
man.
watch this cameraman guy here. They end up doing it in slow motion, I think, on the second run.
Oh, that guy got lucky.
Yeah, wait till they do it in slow. I think.
And then this guy.
He's booking it, man.
Is that the cameraman?
Here we go.
Homeboy?
Look at this. Look at his leg.
Oh my God.
We're talking like
wow.
half a second, if that.
Dude,
milliseconds.
Why in the world would you be on the other side of the barrier?
I guess I didn't expect it to. Well, no, but there's a barrier there. You would think you would be behind it.
Right. And he had, when it plays again, you'll watch him, he's got his camera on the ground. So he's trying to get some fancy shot. He's lucky he got his camera out of the way, too.
He's lucky he didn't get his foot taken off.
That's crazy.
Ooh. Don't be dumb.
That's cool. That's just cool.
Don't be dumb. So that's what white people are doing. At least Southern common sense folk, white people. This is what the other white people are doing in New York. You know, it's a very different world. They're having an
LGBTQ orgy. What is this?
It is actually a big event called Dyke Parade.
No,
I was close.
Full of shit. Are you serious?
Let's see. New York City is currently filled with naked lesbians at Washington Square Park and can be seen exposing their breasts and vaginas to even children in the crowd at what they call the Dyke March.
Now, if they can show it in front of the children at this parade, are we able to show this on YouTube? Are they going to be showing like body parts?
Yeah, but it's like a Where's Waldo deal. Like,
Okay,
you're not
okay.
you're not gonna be able to see it very well.
All right.
Oh, there's one, full frontal. Okay, enough of the Dyke March.
All right, you know what we need? Here's what we need. We need some conservative diesel dykes. The ones that wear like trucker hats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
To go in there and just fucking clean house and just beat the shit out of them.
Allegedly.
I mean, bathe the shit out of them. Because diesel dykes, they're cool. But, just let them loose in there.
Well, even a Dyke Parade is fine, or Dyke March is fine.
Yeah.
Just don't get naked in front of kids.
They have to go there. So now we're looking at, we used to say, oh man, yeah, look at what the men are doing. I mean, it's all of them now. It's all of them. Diesel dykes, where are you?
This is part of an LGBTQ parade in New York as well. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it's part of the Dyke March or if it's a separate thing, but all of this is going on in New York City today.
For a second there, I thought I saw my niece.
There she is. Oh, those are got to be fake.
Oh, they could be transition.
Dykes against, this is the Dyke March.
What is up? I mean, seriously. What?
Yeah, we need to make sure we put on our monetization that this one's got a little nudity, but it's for educational purposes.
It's kind of like National Geographic, but at home now. Like a domestic National Geographic.
And there was a lot of people in wheelchairs and walkers. Did you notice that? Wonder what the story behind that is. Like, what's the reasoning?
I don't know, but I'd be willing to
Lazy.
bet that whole crowd of people has a higher per capita, like welfare or assistance kind of thing going on or something.
Oh yeah,
I would definitely agree. I mean, and New York is, especially with their Democrat candidate now. I mean, New York is just finally, and I knew it was going to happen. Escape from New York, that wonderful movie with my older brother Kurt Russell, is going to come true.
It's on the way.
Yep. And you know what? For Halloween, I'm going to dress up like Snake Plissken. I got my leather pants. I got an eye patch. I just got to grow my hair out in a mullet. I've got 3 months. I can do it.
All right, y'all. Super chats for the Dyke March. Go ahead and send those. We're accepting all super chats for the Dyke March. I repeat, Dyke March. Other demonstrations have been going on around the country as well when it comes to a lot of different things, political issues, just anti-Trump stuff. When the bombing of Iranian nuclear facilities happened, which was 2 Saturdays ago,
right?
I said, okay, well, at this point, there are going to be some of these leftist protesters in the street saying that they stand with Iran.
Right.
Stand with Iran. And by God, it's already here.
Would you be in support of a chant like Death to America?
At this point, I do not think America deserves to exist. So, yeah.
If you could go to any other country to live, because you obviously don't like America, what country would you go to?
I would probably, at this point, go to China.
And why should people in the United States stand with Iran versus stand with the United
States? Because right now, the United States of America has bombed 3 nuclear sites. The state of Iran has not initiated any act of aggression against the United States of America.
So are you against the United States bombing the 3 nuclear sites that Iran had?
Of course I am. It is completely unprovoked. It is an act of aggression. It is an act of imperialism. What we believe we know about Iran is complete falsehood.
And what makes you want to come out here with the mask? You got the shiesty mask on, you got your mouth even covered, your eyes covered. What makes you want to come out here in all black?
Because I'm worried that people might discredit me later. Because I'm worried that in our current political climate, that I could be considered seditious, and then people could try to, quote unquote, dox me.
Chicken shit. Take the mask off. God.
Just hearing him talk, you could tell he was a complete and total dweeb, you know.
Yeah, he was.
Stuff, you know.
They're going to dox me. They're going to find out I'm a twink.
I assume that testosterone level is very low in that individual.
Yeah, AlabamaMen'sClinic.com.
Yeah.
AlabamaMen'sClinic.com.
Are they a sponsor?
Yes, they are.
How much are they giving us?
How much have they given us? What? Testosterone?
No,
not for here, for the radio show.
Oh, okay.
They probably won't do this show. If I had to guess.
Why not?
Too much testosterone here already.
Yeah,
right?
it's probably we don't have to worry about testosterone on this show.
Although, if we could cut them some commercials with Dr. Dingling, how much business do you think that could get them? If you were still at the radio station, we'd get you to cut audio commercials on the radio station for Dr. Dingling and Alabama Men's Clinic.
Well, you know what?
Amazing.
You know
would
what?
that be?
Here's the deal. They can do that with me.
That's true.
And they give the radio station the commercials to do.
Hey,
I'll talk to Dr. Dingling. I am his agent.
Dr. Dingling.
I mean, and he's not only a whore, he's a money whore. So I think he would probably go for that.
Hey, it's Dr. Dingling with your Alabama Men's Clinic Minute. Which a minute is a very long time, in case you didn't know.
Did you hear that?
What?
It's a Dr. Pepper calling my name. I need some sugar.
All right, be careful. Man, I'm out of breath watching him.
He's going like a half mile an hour on the way over.
Slowly moving. Yeah, New York is a
Communist cesspool.
Yeah, it's well on its way to becoming that. I mean, it's already been moving in that direction to an extent. And if they, in fact, and I know we've talked about it, but if they end up electing this guy, this what's his name, Ma'am Danny, if they end up electing this Ma'am Danny character, it'll be over with. Now, granted, as a governor, or as mayor, should I say, your powers are in fact limited, and especially when it comes to a lot of these policies that he has. But every time I see him, he looks more and more kooky. Every day, the guy looks more and more kooky. Look at this. This is him during an interview, eating his food with his hands like he's in a third world country.
So the third holy grail of taboos in American politics, you have socialism, you have Islam, and then you have Palestine. And you are really going for the trifecta.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Tell me, why is Palestine a part of your politics?
When you grow up as someone, especially in the third world, you have a very different understanding of the Palestinian struggle.
And look at him. Look at his pig. I mean, dude.
He's in a sleeper cell. You know it.
You think this guy's a sleeper
he
cell?
Is.
He might be.
That's what they do. They try and rise up in the ranks of power.
Yeah, it's amazing. This guy's just an attention whore.
Allah Akbar to you. Bastard.
Vote for Mendani, Allah Akbar.
Hey, you know what? I'd like to do something in a little bit.
What's that?
I'm in pain. Everybody knows that, and that's fine. I can deal with pain. I ain't no wuss. But I know something that might make me feel better. Later on, I may want to sing about my pain.
Well, that's a good idea. Do you think you could do that? Like play guitar and all?
I think maybe if I do the little tenor guitar,
Yeah.
I probably could. But, you know, I mean, because something that's always makes me feel good is to find creative ways to deal with things.
Well, to have you do a song with a cracked rib.
About a cracked rib.
About a cracked rib, we got to have super chats for that. I think we're just going to have to. That's too valuable because you're putting yourself through that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I just, it helps me a lot. And hopefully you guys. God!
Yeah, you got to fight those sneezes off, cuz.
I don't know where that came from.
Are we going to end up drinking on a Sunday afternoon?
Bama Phoenix. Actually, Bama Phoenix just said JB needs a shot of liquor for his ribs.
We've got plenty. We've got plenty.
Tracy wants to know why my ribs cracked. I was attacked by a lesbian when I was on a trip to New York
At the
other
Dyke
day.
March?
Yeah, the diesel Dyke March just ran all over me. Cracked my rib.
I would actually stick with that story. Donald Trump was on Fox News today, and we'll get to the song and stuff.
No. Take your time.
We'll get people to maybe. It's going to be about a cracked rib, but maybe if somebody wants to throw some other words in there, we'll go with that.
It can be deeper pain,
and that'll be for members only. This is Trump on Fox News this morning when he was asked about Ma'am Danny.
What did you make of the New York Democrat primary? I'm Donnie.
He's a communist. I think it's very bad for New York. I don't know that he's going to get in. It's inconceivable that but he's a communist, and he's a pure communist. I think he admits it, but I can't imagine it. But let's say this. If he does get in, I'm going to be president, and he's going to have to do the right thing, or they're not getting any money. He's got to do the right thing. It's shocking that I would have assumed that I used to say we will never have a socialist in this country. No, but we'll have a communist. I mean, he's a communist and going to be mayor of New York. So I was very surprised when I said, I never heard of him. I don't know who he is.
Well, he said he's going to fight ICE. He's not going to allow ICE to...
He'll be very unsuccessful.
And he said if Benjamin Netanyahu comes to New York, he's going to have him arrested.
Oh, he's a radical left lunatic.
I love Donald Trump, by the way. I love his mannerisms.
He's just smooth. He doesn't rant and rave. He gives you that little smile, and you know.
Yeah, he's just the man.
He's the best.
And then he talks about this. Now, I talked about this on the show Friday, the radio show, and I may have mentioned it on here, but you recall he mentioned something about Canada. And Canada had announced, I probably won't be able to find this tweet because he tweets so much. I'll just give you the cliff notes. So Canada had announced that they were putting on a tax on their digital companies for digital services that are being sold in Canada. And Trump said, now that they've done that, I am ending all trade discussions with Canada. We are not going to discuss it any longer. And within the next 7 days, I will let you, Canada, know what your tariff's going to be. Just like that. He just ended the whole thing.
Freaking genius.
And now he goes on this show this morning and he says, for whoever doesn't come to the table and make a deal, we're just going to let you know in a few days what your tariff is going to be, and I'm not going to discuss it any further.
What I want to do is, and what I will do just sometime prior to the 9th, is we'll send a letter to all these countries. There's 200 countries. You can't talk to all of them, no matter how many people you have. You can't talk to all of them. We'll send a letter and we'll say we would consider it a great honor, and this is what you'll have to do to shop in the United States. We're like a department store to shop in the United States, and you'll pay a 25% tariff, and we wish you a lot of luck. And that's the end of the trade deal, because we have something that nobody has. But if I didn't get elected, I'm telling you, we wouldn't have had a country left. You know that better than anybody. Nobody covers it better than you. If I didn't turn this thing around, this big ship around, we turned it around just like those ships coming out of China. They were coming and loaded, and in the middle of the ocean, they were forced to go back because at 145% tariff, Walmart, nobody wanted their product. And that caused a big problem for China. And then I helped China. So by reducing it.
We still don't know. We don't have the clarity on what you're going to do with these expiration of these pauses. July 9th?
No, I thought I just said it.
with China.
I thought I just said it. You ready?
You're going to send letters.
I'm going to send letters. That's the end of the trade deal. I could send one to Japan. Dear Mr. Japan, here's the story. You're going to pay a 25% tariff on your cars, So we give Japan no.
He said, dear Mr. Japan, here's what you're going to pay in tariffs.
You can't make this stuff up.
And again, I've talked at length about the tariffs, and I know level-headed people that were freaking out about it because they thought that the price of everything was just going to get so absurd. And I'm like, I'm telling you, the thing is if China has a 140% tariff, none of these stores in the U.S. are going to buy their stuff because they know customers aren't going to buy it. They're not going to pay that much. They're going to buy it somewhere else. Even if they have to buy it from another company that is a little more expensive, but it's American, they're going to buy it from them.
Right.
China and other countries realize that, and they did what they've done for the most part is many of these countries have just eaten the tariffs. They have just hooked up the money themselves so they didn't have to tag it to the product. And the U.S. has brought in, since April 2nd, $88 billion.
Dang.
In tariffs. $88 billion, which is really just
Which is
money
what it should have been all along. It
Right.
should not be a surprise to us. It should have been the status quo.
Anyway, I don't want to get too political. It's supposed to be Sunday Funday. I just saw that,
right,
and
yeah.
I thought it was awesome.
Well, it was going to be super fun, and Bird showed up with a cracked rib, so.
Well, we're about to take advantage of that cracked rib next
Look
segment.
at the time. I guess I need to be going, Tony.
We're about to take advantage of that cracked rib on the members only show because John Bird's going to sing a song about it.
I'm going to get it out of my system, and then I'm going to feel better, and I will wake up tomorrow. I'm going to tell you the power of positive thinking and the love that you feel. I'm going to sing. I'm not going to write it down. I'm going to sing from my heart about the pain that I feel. And when I wake up tomorrow morning, I promise you it'll be gone. And my life will be turned around. And nothing bad will ever happen to me again.
Hey now, look at that.
That's a load of shit.
Okay. Well, I was going to say power of positivity. That's actually a good thing. Maybe we should try that. Maybe we should try that for a week and find out what the average amount of bad things that happen to you are per week, and then just do a week of positivity and then see if the same amount or more happens. Bad stuff.
Okay, dude, you've hit on something. Here's what we'll do. We'll all say positive things, even when there's something bad.
Mm-hmm.
We'll still throw in a little something positive, and everybody out there in the chat world send positive things to us.
Send positive super
Right.
chats.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, you can just say, you know, John Bird, you're great, you're loved, and, you know, and all that. And I think it's not going to work. My life is shit.
Send a $10 super chat and say, this is why John Bird is awesome.
Now, money doesn't make everything better. I'm proof positive.
Money keeps a show on the internet.
Well, yes, and it keeps, you know, it keeps me in my house. but you know, even if I was living in a cardboard box, it doesn't matter. You guys keep me grounded. You keep me going. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
It's the rib. It's just got me a little emotional.
How about not just positivity, but what if seeing other people's misfortunes, would that help you? Because I saw a FedEx driver who was delivering some packages, and he gets out of his truck to deliver, but he forgets to put the brake on his FedEx truck.
Oh, no. I feel really bad for him, but I would love a laugh. A good laugh.
All right, well, watch this right here.
This guy was delivering a package. He forgot to put his truck in park, and it actually rolled back and hit their car and their house. God! And when the homeowner came out to see what happened, she was not happy. But the craziest part of the video is at the end.
What the I parked it, and then I got out, and then it started moving. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I need some information.
Yeah.
In my car? Yeah.
And while she went back to the house to write down all of his information, he forgot to put the truck in park and it rolled away, hitting the neighbor's car.
Oh, God.
Bird, you worked for FedEx?
A few years ago. Oh, God.
Come on.
This guy was delivering.
Poor
Wow.
guy. Oh, I have to laugh, but I don't want to.
You need to keep that video on standby, and just anytime you're having a bad day, watch that.
Yep.
Watch that. Mike Chris, $10 to the JB Rib Fund.
Hey, speaking of paper, when is your? Did you order a new one?
Yeah, the new one will be in Tuesday.
Did you get the same one or a different?
I got the same one, and here's why I'm doing it is because I don't know where the box is for that one, so I'm gonna.
You gonna eat it?
I probably shouldn't say this. I'm gonna take the new one and use that box to send that one back.
Oh, okay. However, I don't think that that's a bad thing. I really don't, because
let's not keep talking about it because
Oh yeah.
I think on the way home you need to stop by McDonald's and get a McRib just for a laugh.
Yeah, and you can do it with Jordan's $4.99, the Cracked Rib Records.
Man, you guys are sharp. Did you see how smooth that went all the way around?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Good stuff.
Oh man.
And
Why we were
also-
wondering about your cracked rib at first, we thought maybe you're doing something too smooth at the house. I didn't know what was
I
going
thought you
on.
might have been getting a little freaky last night after your show.
No, I wish.
All that fanfare, you got the crowd. What do they call those groupies?
Yeah.
Groupies?
At $40 in tips didn't come easy, Cole.
Anyway.
I almost passed out.
Just now?
Yes. I'm dying. Something's going on. You know,
Probably just the weather.
I'm like a robot. I work well for many years, and then I start breaking down.
That's what happens at 61, though. I mean, it's just the circle of life. You know what I'm saying?
That's some positive shit there. Thank you, brother.
But listen, nobody's going to be able to handle the circle of life quite like you. Can we take a moment, because we're about to get out of here.
Wow.
And we're going to start our members only.
Oh, yeah.
Which is where the real fun's going to be at. Fish Tank, which we love.
Yes.
It has gone off air. I think we first saw that in Friday.
It's still off?
Yep.
It's still off air. Look, nothing there.
Yep.
And I've been through message boards and everything else to try to figure out what's going on. And some people are saying that the house got doxxed and the police raided it and all this other stuff. I have no idea what's going on. Let's see if I go to Fish Tank's Twitter. Let's see what they say.
It's a mystery.
I bet it had to have been busted by. I mean, if they haven't came back by now, there was definitely some intervention there.
Oh, here we go. Let's see. Questions answered tomorrow. That was a day ago. They said we have to be vague right now, but the show isn't over and we're not giving up. We will be back soon. We need at least 24 hours. And then they posted this. Go to my likes, Tony, on X, and I'll tell you what this one says. This picture right here, it says house condemned within 24 hours of bunker challenge. Organized takedown. They want us to give up. We won't. So I guess the health department or the Department of Building Inspection came out and condemned the house and forced them to
wait. Now, if you've got utilities that are working, if you've got power, if you've got water, if you've got gas, if you've got sewer, I mean, the house didn't look that bad to me.
Well, they said they were doing the bunker challenge, and that's what prompted it. But the problem is like the audience for this stuff is so savage. Like, they would just for their own entertainment call the police or SWAT the place or, in this case, get it shut down.
Oh, all right. How entertaining is it now, you dumbass? From doing that.
Here's Fish Tank posted this on their YouTube channel, and I think this is a recap of day 15. Yeah.
Go into the crawl space where they discuss possibly stealing the water to control the resources. A few hours later, at around 5 a.m., the group is attacked. I would let this clip play, but they were having audio issues when it was happening. And so the gist of it is that Daniel and Derench pretty much fend off the beast. The fish head to sleep and split up the guard watch for the night, and Arge spends his shift talking to the camera.
I don't want to start Freddy right now. I want to start Freddy. He says he has a headache, probably from drinking, so he wants me to keep going with the shift. Okay, I have three options here. Force Freddy awake, thereby starting shift with him. I can wake someone else, or I can continue this. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do.
Oh, and it's a commercial.
I was getting ready to say, man, things went south really quick.
Yeah, they did.
Daniel, who falls asleep. After that, Seth takes over, and eventually the fish begin to wake up, and they receive a visit from a trader.
You're not going to get any beer then?
I don't care.
How long can you go without it?
Very long time. I don't need.
You might never get beer again down here.
That's fine. I'm willing for that.
What else you got?
I got Spam. Spam's good.
I don't want Spam. All right.
I gotta feed my people.
Look at that guy's mustache.
I respect it.
Oh, they made him do a Hitler mustache.
This is the most fun I've had, I think, maybe since like day 2. I mean, there's monsters, there's crazy guys selling things, and there's no laws anymore. There's no rules. I can do whatever I want.
After that, Jet pays the group a visit.
Oh, okay, guys, I want to sincerely thank you for riding with us during this.
Is that Brendan Fraser?
I lived in this room for 42 days, and these suckers gotta crack it. Not for 42. We're gonna make the show as fun as it can be for the next short link here. These will never kill us, okay? They can, it's like playing whack-a-mole, okay? They hit somewhere else, we're gonna pop up some in another hole.
Why were you in here for 42?
Well, the bombs fell. The bombs fell. As far, bombs fell, and I just had to come here for 42 days. Anyways.
How's the Stoics doing?
You won't know how the Stoics are doing because the grid's down. The Stoics are still trading off-world.
I am scared. It sucks if I have to go home right after I get my second win.
Okay, so it's a bizarre show. I know, but there's something oddly fascinating about it to me.
Why are they so they're in the basement as a bunker?
Yeah, and according to the tweet, they said within 24 hours after the bunker challenge, that's when they came and condemned the house.
Like, look at this guy's mustache right here. I swear.
Little Hitler.
Yeah, he's got that whole vibe. He's a double bad guy.
Yeah, buddy. Anyway.
That should be like a John Bird challenge. We give him a mustache like that and have him walk around downtown Birmingham.
I'm an American. I am an American. I'm not going to go that far. I will never wear a Hitler mustache. Ever.
It's just a suggestion. That's all.
Hitler was bad.
Yes.
Hitler bad. All right, let's dip out of here. Coming up next, members only podcast. I hope you guys stick around for that. I would dare say most of y'all are members. If you're not, sign up. It's only $4.99 a month, and it's totally worth it.
Yeah, and I need some help writing the Cracked Rib song.
Yes, we'll need super chats with suggestions on the Cracked Rib song. Tony Gupp, final words.
Final words are thunderstorms suck. We'll refresh the modem and router. And sorry if you were getting lagged today. Stay positive about everything. Don't crack a rib and eat a McRib. Those are good.
Yes. And we seem to be lagging on YouTube again. John Bird, final words.
I hurt. But my personal hurt is not what matters. I hurt for this world. I hurt for this country. It's not a rib kind of hurt, but let's go up a little bit to right here. It's my heart that hurts. Now, my heart's hurt before. My heart has hurt for my little dog Bruno getting run over. That was very, very sad. It hurts for when I got kicked out of school. It hurts the many times I've been fired. It hurts for, the loves of my life that have just ripped my world apart. It hurts in general. It hurts for the world. Not only my world, but your world. If you know what? If you have a hurt, I'm going to put it on my heart. Because I can't give much to this world. And I may be small and insignificant in the world's eyes. But you know what? I don't give a shit.
All right. Okay. Members only coming up next. Make sure you stick around for that. Until next time, circles!